Hello and welcome to the Fantasy Threesome FPL podcast, the second last one of the season, previewing the last game week of the season. But next week we will have a special post-season review with a mega quiz. It's all going to be very exciting. I've just thrown that at you two. That's what will be happening.
Oh, I thought we were done. I'll be honest. I thought this was us signing off, but fine.
We may be done. We'll never know until next week, I suppose. I'm here with you, Mike. How are you?
Well, guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? No. Yes, great to be back. Apologies to listeners for the hiatus last week, but we were enjoying some Euro pop in Turin, which is great. And suddenly the whole nation's got on board with it, which makes it slightly less appealing.
This is how I feel about Christmas jumpers.
Well, being a Bournemouth fan.
Yeah.
Suddenly
true.
it becomes popular and it feels a little bit less unenjoyable. But no, it was. We had a cracking few days, didn't we? Fell over in Turin, and our hope is that one year we'll get Anthony along for festivities.
I'm up for it, boys. I was all over it on Saturday night. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Love it.
Lovely time in Turin. Mike nearly killed himself on an electric scooter. That was exciting.
Yeah, I saw him go through a waterfall or something.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It broke in half.
No, it's literally snapped in half on a cobbled road in Turin. And Turin, you've got loads of crossroads in Turin with no traffic lights. It's just a first come, first serve sort of thing. So you're flying on these electric scooters that we hired out, that we hired out. Having not been on electric scooters before, because in our little village you can't hire electric scooters, and
you can hire a mobility scooter in our village.
Yeah, absolutely,
not an electric one.
Yeah. And I can hear Mike behind me, and suddenly there's a huge clatter, and I think, oh, he's dead. But somehow he was still.
Is that the noise you'd make?
I think it was disappointment, to be fair.
Well, because only a couple of hours before we'd looked up travel insurance with these in mind and realised we couldn't book it because we were already there.
Very true.
Yeah, so obviously it would have been sad, but I had warned you that they were lethal.
Yeah, no
literally
kind of word have you said
in half.
Look, just quickly, while we're talking about our trip, a warm welcome to all the Lithuanian listeners that will have presumably jumped on board off the back of several appearances on Lithuanian TV on Tuesday night for the semi-final. Myself, Phil, and our other brother, the black sheep of the family who doesn't do FPL properly, he was there for the ride as well. We decided we'd get dressed up in party clothes, as is the tradition in fairness, but we were one of the first there and were jumped on by a lot of camera crews, and seemingly a lot of them were Lithuanian.
They were. And wow. For Eurovision, it's quite common that people dress up when they go to watch it. But we were staying in the centre of Turin, and the arena where it was put on is about 25 minutes away. So as we got on the tram in central Turin with the commuters who weren't dressed up, we were getting some good looks. There were people slyly taking pictures on their phone whilst not looking. It was a bit weird, but a fun trip, boys. So we didn't record last week because of that. I honestly can't remember what happened last week on FPL. I can barely remember what's happening this week on FPL. Do you want to talk us through your week so far? We're recording on Wednesday, so Danny Ings, my captain, is still to bag his hat trick tomorrow.
Wow.
And
I will just say, just on last week, boys, imagine my delight when after 36 weeks I looked and I finally got 100 points. 100.
Oh, what am I?
All three of us smashed the century, didn't we?
Only to then see you boys still beat me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I was absolutely fuming, but happy and then instantly mad. So anyway, that was game week 36. But on this one, the triple captain is active, boys. It is active. Unfortunately for me, you won't be too surprised to hear, I think I've picked wrong here. I've gone Coutinho. I was thinking, the announcement that he signed permanently for Villa, he'd be G'd up, he'd be on a high. Yeah, he signed permanently.
Wow.
So yeah, that was announced last week. So I thought, here we go. Yeah, a bit of Coutinho, 2 home games, both winnable on paper for Villa, Palace and Burnley, and he's currently sat there with his 6 points at the moment, which is amazing.
Oh, no. But home to Burnley tomorrow, mate. Anything could happen.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I should have probably gone for Maddison. He's there with my highest points at the moment, with 15. I did bring in Richarlison, who's done all right, actually. 12 points for him. Kane with 7. Jesus, I knew Mahrez would miss that penalty because Jesus would have got the assist for that. So he's only on 1. I went a bit mad in terms of the double fixtures. I brought in Mings and Holgate at the back with their double game weeks. Yeah, and unfortunately for me, 2 points between them. Bear in mind, I've benched old Matip there.
No.
Currently sat there with 11 points.
Yeah.
So not the best. The only good thing about my bench is I do have Ben White down there, who's on -2. So that's that is a bit of
that's a bullet dodged.
Yeah, indeed. But a big annoyance from the weekend was old Brendan Rodgers dropping Schmeichel. What was going on there?
That's really weird.
It's left me without a keeper because I had his. I looked at that and I thought, well, don't worry because I've got the reserve keeper. No, I've got their third keeper as a sub. So yeah.
So
poor show from me on that.
Good old Edison only to come off the bench there for a 1 if Schmeichel doesn't play. But yeah, this has really been a waste of my chips here, boys, this season. So both of my free hits I wasted. My bench boost I played last week, thinking I'd have 15 players playing twice, and 3 of my players on my bench didn't even play once. So that was amazing. And then currently Coutinho with the 6 points, but you never know. He has still got time to come big tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
It's kind of shown with the chips, especially bench boost. This was a good double game week, but there has been double game weeks earlier in the season where lineups have been more consistent and easier to predict. So when you save it to the end of the season, you do get some curveballs thrown, as I also found out. It's so hard to predict lineups at the end of the season, isn't it? I mean,
how's your week been, Phil?
Well, the past 4 weeks have been interesting because, as I think I said on the pod, I should
life story, mate. I just wanted to look at this week's scores, really. But
well, I'm lining up a life story. So
okay,
as we stated, you were a long way behind me, pretty much unassailable. Anthony is further away, so I got a bit bored. And there's an episode of Alan Partridge where he's in a hotel and he gets bored and dismantles a Corby trouser press. And that's effectively what I've done. So over the past 4 weeks, I looked tonight. I think it's 19 or 20 transfers I've made. Just hits galore. Bringing in some players who haven't had a chance to have so far this season. Just to have a bit of fun. I mean, last week I did all right. I got 123 points. This week I thought I'd take a massive hit. And bring in what on paper is a good team. I'll talk you through it. Ramsdale, Cash, Trent, Cancelo, Gray, De Bruyne, Gordon, Son, Saka, Kane and Ings. Massive, you might think. No, incorrect. 26 points, minus 16. I'm currently on 10. So on for the worst score of the season for me. But simply I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I've captained Danny Ings. If I hear any whispers that Patrick Bamford may even play a minute in game week 38, he will be in my starting 11. I can't wait. I think having some fun.
Training. He's back in training, I think, mate.
Well, he's going in, isn't he?
I think it's. I mean, Leeds have to win, so they've got to go all out, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, exactly. I mean, we all remember when he came on for 20 minutes, was it?
Yeah, against Wolves.
He did make an impact, didn't he?
What an amazing moment that was for all of us Bamford owners. So, yeah, I mean, that was back in game week 30. Those 22 minutes were magical. So if I can get another minute, 2 out of him, then it'll be well worth taking another hit just to see him play. But yeah, this week not going great. Imagine I don't really care anymore.
Imagine if he scores the goal to keep Leeds up. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I do. He's a beautiful man. I mean, I've
but Leeds stand up.
Patrick Bamford mug that I'm drinking out of right now.
Well, look, welcome to the fantasy, what we called?
Threesome
Pod.
Fantasy Threesome podcast, where we don't really care anymore. I'm going to tell you that I do care. Not just in terms of, I don't know, retaining listeners who want us to share some kind of interest.
I do have an interest. I'm above you and you can't catch me.
Sure.
And that's not like nah.
That's unbelievably cocky.
It's not. I've got nothing to play
because
for.
There's been a subplot this season for me, running through this season, which is the tenors in league at work, which I've been leading fairly comfortably, and then a few weeks ago I suddenly realised I'd been caught and overtaken. Big week last week when I captained De Bruyne, hitting me 60 sweet points, which has clawed it back a bit. This week I'm sat on 63, but with Maddison, Zaha, Cash, Coutinho, and Richarlison, Richarlison still to play. So I'm hopeful. It's really close. There are 3 of us at the top in our work league, and there's 10 points separating the 3 of us.
Massive.
Wow.
Massive. There'll be other people
it is
out there.
Massive, as I've mentioned before. I've spent the prize money. It was handed. I was responsible for taking it all in at the start of the season. Probably should have popped it in an envelope and put it somewhere safe. I just spent it. Such was my confidence. So I've got to dig out 80 quid if I lose, really. So yeah, desperate to win that one. Desperate to win that one.
You're on a good start this week. You've got 6 times as many points as I have so far. So
wow,
impressive.
That's a decent score, that Michael. Bear in mind, you're beating me, who has got a triple captain active. But anyway.
Well, I captained Richarlison. That was a big help.
Yeah, that was.
That was a good captaincy. With still the Palace game at home to play. So
yeah, that's a great shout. That.
But there we go. So we don't know who's going to be putting into the hamper then at this stage.
It's very hard to tell. Danny could come sweet as a nut for me, but
you need a Danny Ings style De Bruyne game week tomorrow, don't you, mate?
Yeah, I enjoyed double game week Captain Salah. That was great fun. But maybe it shows that you should take more risks. I don't know. Okay, so we didn't do punts this weekend, just gone, because Eurovision, and Eurovision's very, very busy time of the year for me and Mike, and Ant, who enjoyed it. So punts the previous week. Do you remember how yours got on, gents?
As ever, I forgot the minute I chose one. I forgot who they were.
Excellent.
Oh wow! I had Yerry Mina, who played 13 minutes across 2 game weeks. Don't you just love that?
Did I have Kevin De Bruyne? Hold on.
Well, he's got under 5% ownership, as he might.
Maybe I might have got that wrong.
No, you had him in your team.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yours didn't come in. I did look it up. I can't remember who it was, but yours didn't come in. But Rodri, who was mine, Rodri, did come in. So
does that mean we don't get to play my game because I've got everything? Oh no!
You've got a game.
What is it?
It's a good one.
Can I guess that? Is it? Have you done a version of this? Oh, it's time for play or cheese. It's the player, it's the cheese. Cloud Rockford, Montgomery. No, not really, gents. So we're not doing player or cheese.
Thank goodness. No, I haven't done that.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. The listeners were desperate. Next week in the massive quiz, we'll have a section surely of player or cheese.
Well, look, if yours is reasonably compact, then maybe I'm going to squeeze mine in for fun because I love that.
Look, let's face it. At this time of the season, everyone else has given up. No one's listening anyway, so you can do whatever you want, Mike. So I'll do my quiz. So I've got 5 players. We'll do like we did before. So who am I? I'll give you some clues, and you get to have a guess.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, let's do it.
Right. Okay. I'm going to go all over the place here on clues. So this player was born on the 23rd of May, 1996. Do you want to have a guess?
25 years of age.
Thomas Souček. It's probably older than that.
Thomas Souček is... Oh, no.
Jared Bowen.
Incorrect. Okay, big clue coming up. His popularity and uncanny resemblance to the character of a movie character, I should say. Ooh. He's got an uncanny resemblance to a movie character.
To a movie character. 25 years old.
No, you stumped me. Stumped me here, mate.
I'll say Mason Mount.
No. In 2016, he stated that his idol is Spanish defender Carlos Puyol.
24.
Okay.
I'll go Canate.
Incorrect.
Okay.
No.
He joined his
Nothing.
current club on the 9th of August 2018, the day before my birthday, on a 5-year contract and an apparent £18 million transfer fee. Made his Premier
He
League
joined
debut.
who?
Didn't say who he joined. He's joined his current club in
Oh.
2018 for an £18 million fee, and made his Premier League debut on the 27th of October 2018.
18 million.
Christian Pulisic.
Incorrect.
That's not a bad idea.
He'd be rubbish. He's not very good at defending if Poyos is.
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say Van Dijk, but he definitely went for more than 18 million. No one else at this point.
He started his career at Altenordu in 2014, playing 34 times and scoring 2 goals. He then moved to Freiburg in 2016 to 2018, playing 50 times and scoring once.
These are tough clues. He's on it today.
He has represented Turkey 45 times.
Oh,
Soyuncu.
Soyuncu. Mike got it. Mike got Soyuncu.
Just
VAR.
very close to that.
Lord Farquhar.
I was helped by Anthony going
soy.
But he could have just been doing a snake impression for all we know.
He could have been.
Or potentially asking for some sauce in an Oriental restaurant.
Correct.
Yeah. Either or just giving you the clue to the answer. Okay, 1-0 to Mike then.
Okay.
Is that it? I've won, haven't I?
No, 1-0. First of 5.
Oh, I was all ready. To go.
Good
Patience.
As
Okay.
Lemijo. Surely as Lemijo.
I'm sorry?
Lithuanian for I win. I'm trying to keep up with our Lithuanian.
Okay. Sorry. Yep. This player was born in Kingston upon Hull and attended Malay Lambert School. His paternal grandfather was called John, and his father worked on pilot boats on the River Humber, where his brother Joe would later join him. He started his career at Hull City.
Harry Maguire.
Incorrect.
Not a bad shout, that. Don't know. Next clue, please.
He was born on the 30th of August, 1991.
31 years old.
From Hull City, he went on loan to Carlisle United, Huddersfield Town, and Chesterfield, who he later signed for.
Oh, Dawson.
Incorrect.
Damn.
I'll keep listening.
Okay. He signed for his current club in 2014 and made his Premier League debut this season.
I like this, but I don't have an answer at this stage.
Okay. He has represented the Scottish national team 11 times.
Grant Hanley.
Incorrect. For his current team, he has scored 9 goals in 228 appearances.
No.
Scottish.
He has... he made his Premier League debut last season. Just realised.
Oh, wow. Well, that would have curveball.
My apologies. When his team got promoted to the Premier League...
Stuart Dallas.
You're warm.
Yeah, I know I am.
But you're wrong.
Scottish and promoted last season.
Okay. He plays in defence for... Well, he's down as a defender for Leeds United.
Luke Ayling. No.
Incorrect.
Oh, flipping it. What's his name?
Sorry, I've sort of lost track of time. Is this still the guy from Hull?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You might get caught hanging with him.
Liam Cooper.
Correct. Michael Bosso,
Yes,
very
it
good.
was the Channel 4 90s sitcom reference that did it for me, but I'll take it.
I knew it would be.
Yeah, that.
Have I won? Is that the end of it?
Nope. It's
Oh, come on. Surely Asla Majo.
okay. I'm going to give you a curveball here. I'm going to say
that's what we need.
Now you've got to guess a pundit.
Oh, okay.
Based on quotes from this pundit.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got 10 quotes. Hopefully you'll guess it by the end of it. Right. Del Bosque has played his hand here. It's almost like a game of chess. Who would say that?
Steve McManaman.
It's good, but it's not right.
Garth Crooks.
Incorrect. He's got such a great leap. It's like an NFL basketball player.
Michael Owen.
Incorrect.
Alan Shearer.
Incorrect. Brazil are totally reliant on one player. Neymar and Silva.
Ian Holloway.
Incorrect.
Ian Wright.
Incorrect. He said this about Arsene Wenger. He said retirement is for old people and old people die.
Roy Keane.
Incorrect.
Graham Souness.
Incorrect. Referencing a game that he played in when he was a player, I think we were a little bit intoxicated during the last 3 minutes of that game, and we've been hammered ever since.
Jamie O'Hara.
Incorrect.
Chris Sutton.
Incorrect. That game was between Manchester United and Arsenal.
Gary Neville.
Incorrect.
Ray Parlour.
Incorrect. Kante's got so much stamina, it's almost like he's got an iron lung.
Lee Dixon.
Incorrect.
Oh, man.
When commentating on a football match, he said, there might be someone back home reading a book. They need to get a life.
Tony Adams.
Incorrect.
Pundit, Man United. Or Arsenal.
There's a Bobby Moore statue outside Wembley. Harry Maguire's presence in this team is almost as big as that
Rio
statue.
Ferdinand.
Incorrect.
That's a good guess, that. Good guess. Paul Scholes.
Incorrect. That is a goal.
Losing the will here a bit.
Never seen this way.
Thierry Henry.
No.
Oh dear.
No. Incorrect. I can't believe you haven't got this.
No.
It's
It feels like
frustrating me a
Feels
little
like we
bit.
named every pundit.
His middle name is Raymond. He was born in 1966. He played for the following teams: Arsenal, Brighton, Aston Villa, Everton.
Martin
Arsenal.
Keown.
Correct. Martin Keown. He's back in the game.
Holy shamoli.
Yes, it was Martin Keown. Okay, we'll go back to players because that
Still
was
going.
terrible.
Okay.
That was terrible. And
It really was terrible.
okay, I'll just read through some teams here.
Okay.
2003 to 2005, Leeds United, 38 appearances, 1 goal.
Jonathan Woodgate.
Incorrect. Anthony?
No guess.
2005, he joined Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, Paul Robinson.
Incorrect.
Was Leeds his first team?
Yes.
No answer.
He played 21 times for England between 2006 and 2013.
No.
No.
From Tottenham Hotspur, he joined Everton on loan.
Did he now?
Mm.
Did he really? Doesn't sound like him.
No, not Dele Alli.
Sorry, mate.
Okay. His last involvement for Leeds was playing and scoring in Lucas Radibi's testimonial. That Doesn't help you. He has played for Kayserispor.
This is no
Leeds, Spurs, Everton.
England.
He played for Spurs 266 times, scoring 26 goals.
God, I mean, just let me win this out, yeah, because this is we're going to be here all night.
We are going to be
yeah, the good news is I've got an absolute belter of a game to remedy this.
He is 5'5".
Well, that feels short. Bit too tall for me.
Okay, before going to Kayserispor, he played for Burnley.
Spurs to Burnley.
And after playing for Kayserispor, he went back to Burnley.
I've got it. Thank
goodness.
Aaron Lennon.
Correct.
Oh.
Mike wins the game.
Praise the Lord. I'm happy to have my captain picked.
Yeah.
I would never have got that in a month of Sundays.
Well,
I don't get
would you
to tell
like
you.
a little game?
Would you have guessed a player if I'd have told you that he's got many tattoos, including London landmarks, Houses of Parliament, London Eye, and Stockwell Tube Station on his body?
Is it
would you have guessed? No, Nathaniel Klein. Right. Okay, Mike, go for it.
Okay, guys. Well, this is a game we not that long ago we did a festival that I think we referenced on the pod, and I during that week had to do some on-stage stuff in front of the young people, and there were moments where I needed to do a bit of filling, and let's face it, this pod is mainly fill. So, and I don't mean with a PH. So, I thought, well, I wonder if this will translate into the pod. You know what? I think it will. Let's play, ladies and gentlemen. What's in Mike's pocket? Straight to the left, straight to the right. What's in Mike's pocket? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I'm going to show you my pocket. All I want you to do, and this wasn't in the kids' version, but maybe we could adapt this, is I'd like you to say, Mike, is that a in your pocket? Or are you just pleased to see me? And I'll tell you whether it.
I want to finish the sentence with that, but yeah.
Okay, you don't have to do that bit.
I'll just ask what's in your pocket. Yeah.
Would you like to play right pocket or left pocket? I've got one thing in each pocket.
Okay, right. No, left. Definitely left.
You're going to go left, and you're going to go right.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just tilt the screen. See my crutch area. Oh no, that's not the screen. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's my crutch area, lads. Okay. What's in Mike's pocket? Straight to the left. Oh, there's Phil's left. There. Straight to the right. Oh,
just to confirm, when you were doing the youth work with the kids, you were getting them to guess what's in your pocket and focusing
remember this?
solely on your groin.
Did your children not come home and talk about this?
No, otherwise I wouldn't have let them back.
What's in Mike's pocket?
Just
in the right. In the left. Okay. So, Phil, what's in this pocket here?
I'm going.
You can ask, and I'll give you a yes or no answer until you get it.
Is it something you?
It's against the clock. It's against the clock. Hold on.
Oh,
it's against
gosh.
the clock.
Okay.
You ready? Your time starts now.
Is it something that you'd have in a bathroom?
No.
That's annoying because the only thing I thought it was toothpaste.
You're going to have to hurry that along.
Is it something edible?
Traditionally, yes, but not in this case. Ooh.
Is it something dairy based?
Yes. That's incredible.
Is it a milk sachet?
Oh, it's not a milk sachet.
Is it some cheese?
Not cheese.
Oh, so not milk, but not cheese. You haven't got cream in your pocket.
No cream. No cream.
Careful now.
Okay. Dairy based. Is it a froob? Yogurt?
It's not a froob. It's not a froob. Keep going. You have 47 seconds.
Is it a yogurt?
It's not a yogurt.
So dairy based. It's not. It's
dairy
not
based.
A yogurt. It's not cheese. It's not milk. It's not cream.
Come on, you're going to get there. You're going to get there.
Something that's dairy based.
It's so close.
Me. Is it milk chews?
Oh, it's not milk chews.
Is it milkshake?
It's not milkshake. Although my milkshakes do bring all the boys to the yard.
Oh wow,
they do. Okay, So something dairy based. This is confusing me slightly.
like you run
Is
out
it
of
a
time.
miniature version? Is it normally,
it's-
is it normally bigger than pocket size?
No,
Okay.
it's a perfect replica of the said item.
Oh, so it's like a toy version of what it is.
Correct.
So it's something that would go in a toy kitchen of some sort. Dairy based. Eggs dairy based? Are you
Correct. Let's stop the clock. 1 minute 41. It is a rubber egg. Rubber egg.
How
Stop
did you
the
get
clock.
that?
I mean,
Well,
dairy.
So there it is.
Dairy. When they say
Dairy, aren't they?
I'm dairy intolerant, can people eat eggs?
Well, they're eggs, not dairy.
I'm not
I
sure
think
they
it is.
are.
You
think it is?
guessed eggs.
Right, because I just was trying to work out how your mind would work.
Well, there you go. So, well, look, let's not dwell on that too much in case
Sorry,
I've made a
my
mockery of
wife's
myself.
here. I need an adjudicator. Holly, would you describe an egg as a dairy-based item? No, she's shaking her head.
Well,
What kind of item is it?
okay. There we go. Anyway, Anthony, you can put pay to all this with a great guess of what's in Mike's right pocket. I'll just give you one last quick
I don't need to see your groin. It's fine. Okay.
There it is. Okay, it's quite bulky. Your 1 minute and 42 seconds is what you've got to beat. Your time starts now. What's in my pocket?
Is it something you would have in a pencil case?
No.
Is it something you can eat?
No.
Is it something?
I can't help thinking that your soul was crushed the minute you found out it wasn't something you'd find in a pencil case. you pinned all your hopes on that.
Stapler.
I was going to go ruler.
Ruler.
Okay.
Is it something you might find in a bathroom?
No.
Is it something you might find in your kitchen?
No.
Oh dear. Is it something you might have in your car?
Well, you would if you were traveling with it, but no.
Is it a wallet?
No.
That would be clever. The old double bluff.
Yeah. Traveled with it. Is it?
Sorry, got 40 seconds left.
Oh dear. Is it made out of plastic?
There's probably some plastic in there, but I wouldn't say predominantly plastic, no. Oh yeah, there definitely is plastic in it. Plastic at the bottom of it, if that helps.
Oh, that's a bit specific, Michael.
Oh dear.
30 seconds, and you can do this. Plastic at the bottom of it.
Is it something a child might play with?
They might use it to play stuff, yeah.
Oh. Is it a handheld games console?
It's not a handheld games console, no.
My voice broke halfway through that.
It's emotional stuff, this. You've got 5 seconds left.
Oh dear. Is it? Oh, it's not a sausage. I've no idea.
Let's do the big reveal then, guys. It was a football boot. Hard luck. It was a football boot.
How did you get that in your pocket? You must have big pockets.
Yeah, yeah.
I've also got to pick you up on something regarding the egg. Apart from the fact that an egg isn't dairy, in my opinion.
You're still confused about this.
But no, I specifically asked the question: is it a miniature version of the item?
Not miniature. It's replica.
It's not miniature. It's replica. Yeah. You said it was miniature, like a mini egg.
Well,
doesn't matter. It's still one, but yeah.
I should point out that the answer is not clear to everyone, according to Google. But Health Online, who, let's be honest, I think they bought first listing on Google. They say eggs are not dairy product. It is as simple as that. The definition of dairy includes foods produced from milks, such as mammals, such as cows and goats. But it could be a goat egg. We just don't know. So anyway, you won anyway. A lot of fun. Play it at home if you want. What's in Mike's pocket? Probably best to substitute the name.
Yep, that would help. Definitely help. So, Jed's final game week of the season. How are you feeling about it? Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm pooing my pants because of this 80 quid.
Sound clip?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, let's try and help you prepare for it because as discussed previously, I simply don't care. So hopefully I can help you with some impartial advice. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, on the double game week, I had the joy, I said I've made many transfers. I made 4 of them in my sleep, which was exciting because I was discussing with someone on Twitter on the Friday night before the games how much I think one day Nathan Ake will be a great player for Man City because I really rate him. Woke up in the morning to make my changes to see I've bought Nathan Ake in. So happy days.
Well, he has got lovely hair.
He's got lovely hair, but he didn't play in that game week, so not so fun.
That's funny. I think I dreamt about Nathan Ake last night as well, but I didn't transfer him into my team. But I think I did dream about him.
That's what you think. You might have transferred him into your team.
You can only hope.
So we've got some listener questions, haven't we, Anthony?
We have, Phil. Yes, we have. The first one is Dave, and he's not from Doncaster. No, he's from Lyme Regis.
Good
old Dave. He says, "Is it time for triple Spurs as they have a easy fixture on the last day?" I mean, one thing I would say is it would be very, very Spursy for them to still screw this up.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that happens. If I had the ability to throw points and with gay abandon, I'd get Son into my team.
Welcome.
I've got Davies and Kane already. I'd really like a bit of Son action in there because I think Son, as far as I'm aware, is the golden boot is within his reach, and Salah may or may not play last game. So I think Son will be going all out to try and win the golden boot. I think his teammates and Kane in particular will be trying to pick him out. And yeah, I think Son would be my captain pick if I had him, but I don't.
Do you think it's worth us just reminding listeners of the teams who have actually got something to play for?
Let's do
not
it.
That, Not that that's necessarily a rule. I mean, you saw Newcastle play incredibly well the other night against Arsenal.
Yeah.
So I won't read all the fixtures yet, but Arsenal were playing Everton. They've both got something to play for. Brentford are at home to Leeds. Leeds have a lot to play for. Burnley are at home to Newcastle. Chelsea, they've got that spot now, haven't they? It's just between Spurs and Arsenal. Nothing to play for. Liverpool are playing at home to Wolves. In theory, they have something to play for if Manchester City slip up against Villa. And then Norwich are at home to Spurs, who have something to play for. So there's a few teams there who have nothing to play for. And to be honest, those teams, I would expect a lot of changes. So Brighton, West Ham, doesn't really matter. West Ham could, I think they could get into the Europa League, but it's very unlikely. They need Man United to do something terrible. Chelsea, Watford, nothing really to play for. I imagine Chelsea will make tons of changes. Watford, as we've seen, have been making tons of changes. Crystal Palace, Man United, not really anything there. Leicester, Southampton, who knows what's going to happen in that. So I'd avoid those teams, personally. But triple Spurs isn't a bad idea. Maybe triple Spurs attack against Norwich.
Yeah, you'd feel like I agree with Mike. I think Son would be a good captain pick, or the obvious would be Kane. But yeah, Norwich, unfortunately for them, have been abysmal. And you can't really see anything past them shipping a load more goals here, can you really? So, back down to the Championship they go. And, Spurs will get in the Champions League. Poor old Arsenal. Properly choked the other night, didn't they?
They did. But Newcastle seemed to want it more, and Arsenal froze.
That's the Eddie effect for you, mate.
Look, they're a young team. They're probably a fragile team in terms of confidence. What he's done there this season, I think, is pretty decent. I think he's done a very good job there. He's overhauled the squad. Yeah, he's overhauled the squad. He's brought in some good young players. Ramsdale, as a signing, kind of epitomises that. I think he's weeded out some real bad eggs. Aubameyang at the forefront of those, and I think the future's bright for them. I think if Arsenal fans are willing to be patient as a project, you can see it's got potential. And if you'd given Arsenal fans 5th place at the start of the season, they would have taken it for sure. Arsenal fans, they're very quick to turn, aren't they, and quick to moan. But I think he's done a terrific job. And actually, they're a team that I root for Arsenal. This is a bit weird. I root for Arsenal in a way that I used to root for Spurs when Spurs were buying all the best young English talent. You know, when they were buying up the likes of Dele Alli, and when they were buying the likes of, for years they had a tradition of going into the lower leagues and plucking good English players.
Like Aaron Lennon.
Like Matty Etherington, Yeah. But there's been a whole wave of players that have come through the lower leagues and they've brought up the best of English talent, and Arsenal are doing that now, and I like that, and they've got good youngsters coming through their academies. So I think it's nice. It's not what the fans want. It doesn't give you quick success. But then you look at United; they've done a better job than United this season. The United have just thrown good money after bad. So I get that we're not here to analyse football. We're here to more concentrate on fantasy football. But that's my take.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Arsenal's only problem, boys, just quickly, is that they have lost 5 of their last 9 Premier League games, and that's unfortunately for them, the only reason that they're not going to get the top 4, or very unlikely to get the top 4.
Bear me just a second, gents. Hey, Mum, you okay? I'm live on a podcast. You're live on a podcast.
Okay. Hello, Mum.
Yeah, I just wondered if you could probably get the case for me for tomorrow night.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
case?
I'll deal with that, Mum. Hang on,
What
how do I
case
mute
is this?
myself?
Hello, Mrs. B.
What's the case? Why is he muting himself?
Oh dear.
He's getting a case. Is it a legal case? Is he filing some kind of lawsuit?
He looks mortified and slightly embarrassed. Yes.
What sort of a case do you think my mum is after?
I think she wants a briefcase.
Okay. Yes. Maybe to carry her documents around in.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, she's a busy lady, so it makes sense. Phil looks slightly embarrassed.
Maybe it's a head case. Maybe she
Can
wants.
you clarify what
kind
case
of
is this, Phil?
Nutter. What sort of case does she want, Phil?
Could have been a pencil case. Anthony was keen earlier.
Pencil case would have been good.
Yeah, that was a good shout.
It's a suitcase out of the loft.
That's a suitcase out of the loft. And where is Mama Botto going? I should probably know. She's my mum.
Yeah. I honestly can't remember.
Okay.
Well, that's even worse. She's probably just told you, Phil.
Yeah, no, I'm in a mind blank. But yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that interruption, gents.
Hey, this is a family affair here, and very much being one of the family.
Oh, thank you, boys. Thank you. Should we do the next question, boys?
Let's.
This is Janet now from Utoxeter. Hello, Janet.
Hey, Janet.
She wants to know.
No, Utoxeter.
Who is the must-have player for the final game week? Who are you going for, boys? If money was no object here, I mean, Janet hasn't specified this, so let's go with that. Money's no object. Who are you going for?
Well, Mike said Son, and I tend to agree, but maybe De Bruyne as well.
Yeah, the two for me.
Yeah, I mean, it seems obvious, Janet, so I'll try and give you someone a little different. I actually think Zaha is going to tear Man United apart.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
I've got a cheeky little prediction.
Because Man United let him go, didn't they? They let him go.
It's a long time ago now, but they did. I've got a little cheeky one. Marcos Alonso at home to Watford, who have a very holy defence.
Very holy. The Pope has blessed it.
I was going to say it's holier than the Vatican. I think they're in all sorts of bother Watford at that game. I think it'll be party time for Chelsea. End of season fair.
I think it's very interesting, isn't it? Some of the comments coming out from Watford from two people who are leaving the club. So Roy Hodgson, and then did you see Ben Foster's interview?
Yeah.
When they got relegated, and basically saying that the players down tools at about 70 minutes. And now he's leaving the club.
I loved Roy Hodgson in their last home game, not really applauding the Watford fans, but doing a lap of honour in front of the Crystal Palace visiting fans. Absolute gold. Absolute gold. Oh boy.
I loved him just in his sunnies on the bench. The camera cut to him when I think Watford scored, completely unmoved.
Didn't care less.
I mean, he closed his eyes. He was on a beach for all he knew.
Yeah.
74 years of age, I believe he is. Incredible. He's even still doing it. But yeah, he cares less about Watford than Phil does about FPL, seemingly.
Chelsea players. I know you've said Alonso, and he's like the only one that can play in that position.
What about Lukaku?
Is he going to play?
He's had a run, hasn't he?
He looked high on confidence the other day, boys.
3 goals in 2 games in his last 2 games prior to the cup final.
I bet he's still unbelievably pricey though, isn't he? But
he is. But if you want someone different So Mike, you're near the top of a league. Is
I'm
Lukaku
it's 10 points the difference.
Is Lukaku someone you'd actually go for?
Well, yeah.
Are you going to make some bold moves? Are you going to try and win this in an exciting
Here's my
way?
problem. Here's my problem. I've got Schmeichel and I've got.
Well, you've got many problems. You've got a football boot in your pocket.
Yeah. So I've got Schmeichel in goal at the moment, and I don't know whether seemingly him, or the other Leicester keeper I've got are not going to play. So I've got to take a point hit there to bring in just a keeper that's going to play. Now my front line, I've got Ivan Toney at home to Leeds. I fancy him to sneak something there, so I probably leave him on. Kane, I don't want to take out. The only other option to bring out is Richarlison, and I can see some sense in that. Away at Arsenal, I can that sort of makes sense. The problem is I haven't got enough money there to bring Lukaku in, so I'd have to then sacrifice another player. That player might be Robertson, at home to Wolves, because he's the only one I've got big money invested in. Maybe Coutinho. Maybe I go all out and drop. Let me just see if I can do it. That's live. I'll take Schmeichel out. I'll take Coutinho out. I'll take Richarlison out. Who am I bringing in? I've forgotten. It's been that long. I've been spent this long. Lukaku. Here we go. 11.4. Holy smokes, he's expensive. I bring in somebody at 4.5 or less, and their form is. It doesn't really matter, does it? They're not going to play. In fact, why am I even bothering? Let's just go cheap. Let's go cheap. Let's go 4 million.
You're listening to Mike's live mind.
Sorry about this. Yeah, let's go 4.5.
Whilst Mike's thinking, I've just had a Facebook message from someone who lives on my road that simply says, "Your bush in the front is gorgeous." That's it. That's all it says.
Your front bush is gorgeous. Well, we could have told them that already, Phil.
Oh no, they've sent me another one. Hang on. Rhododendron, I should say.
Oh,
yeah, is that from Christine?
No, it's from Sam. She likes my rhododendron. I don't blame her.
I think that's all she likes, mate. To be honest, from the sounds of it. Good grief.
Well, surprising message to receive on a Wednesday evening.
Ironically, lads. Yeah, ironically, if I was to put Danny Ward in goal and gamble that Schmeichel's not going to play, then I could make it happen at a spend of 8 points.
Not horrendous.
I'd be bringing in Brownhill, Lukaku, and Ward for Schmeichel, Coutinho. But in reality, Schmeichel's not going to play. Coutinho is going to be on my bench anyway. So it's all about just trying to enable Lukaku to come in. But is Lukaku going to get me
for 8 points?
Yeah. 8 points.
That's a lot.
Feels risky when you've got 80 quid on the line, mate.
At home to Watford. Oh,
I mean, I feel like if you were a fantasy football asset at home to Watford, I'd be tempted to put you in. That's how bad Watford's defence is.
But he's got to score. He's got to score twice for me to earn those points back.
That is true. And is that likely?
I think Lukaku.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah,
probably is.
Yeah, but he may well not even start. This is the thing, boys. This is what we're saying. These teams Chelsea got nothing to play for.
Yeah.
I would be getting as many people in my team this week that I am confident are going to play.
Patrick Bamford.
I mean, I would if I had something to fight for.
On Leeds, if we're talking about Patrick Bamford, the next question is, I believe, from a Leeds fan called Jim, who asks, are any of us tempted by Gerhardt here with Leeds needing to win? It could be a good differential. I think he's just 4.7 million on the game. I thought he was really impressive.
It's funny you say that because I just kicked out Lukaku and I brought in Son because I've talked him up, and I put Ward back in goal, hoping that for whatever reason Schmeichel won't play again, and I've got Gerhardt up front.
Well, there you go.
So you've done the transfer?
Well, I haven't done it. It's sat here ready to go. Cost of 8 points.
Mate, don't say to me, "Oh well, I haven't done it," because this would be probably, I don't know, the 12th time you've made transfers live on air.
That's true.
with little to no thought.
Normally, the players
that is true. All of these things.
Gerhardt's a decent bet. He got an assist in the last game. I just think I think Brentford are going to be calm and Leeds are going to be panicky. That's
I actually fancy Brentford to win this game. I mean, they've been probably the surprise package of the season. I think it'd be fair to say. I mean, they've got more points on their own than Norwich and Watford combined. Who came up with them. They've had an unbelievable season, and but Gerhardt, I thought he was decent for Leeds the other day. He, without that wonderful bit of skill, he wouldn't have set up the equaliser against Brighton. So 4.7, he's the differential. If it enables you to bring someone like Son in, for example, I think he's got to be looked at. I think.
Just a quick update, lads. Schmeichel will be back in goal this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So why does it say why?
And he will play against Chelsea. Apparently, he was dropped because it wasn't healthy for the group that they paid.
Leicester aren't playing Chelsea. Just a heads up for listeners, just in case that's confusing.
Are they not?
Are you sure? I think they are.
Leicester are playing Southampton.
No, we're talking about game week 37 still, mate.
Oh, my apologies. They played
Chelsea away.
Yeah, they're playing Chelsea away. Anyway, as I was saying,
they're playing Chelsea away. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, mate. Tomorrow night.
Oh, I see. Right, I thought you were talking about picking a team for game week 37. That's happened.
No. Yes. So Schmeichel is to come back in, but apparently the reason for the swap was that it was unhealthy for the group that Danny Ward hadn't still made his debut after 4 years after they paid 12 after they paid £12 million for him.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
They paid £12 million for him from Liverpool. Liverpool, they don't know how to get a good fee out of a club. £12 million for a keeper that hasn't made a single Premier League appearance in 4 years.
That is incredible.
And that was their sole reason or their sole justification for playing him.
Wasn't healthy for the group. Yeah.
That is incredible. So I mean, to be fair, Kasper Schmeichel's been incredible. With all due respect to Leicester, I'm amazed he hasn't gone to a bigger club. But
what that does mean, lads, scuppered my move to Son or Lukaku. I'm going to have to stay as I am and just sit it out.
Danny Ward was at Liverpool for 6 years and played twice.
Wow.
What a career.
12 million quid. Incredible.
That's absolutely.
So that's 10 years in the Premier League and 3 games.
Amazing. Quite the appearances there.
But I actually really like him when he plays for Wales. He's decent.
Which is amazing when he's getting no practice. Last question then, boys. Paula from Cardiff would like to know which assets from the newly promoted clubs might we be looking at? Obviously, we don't know yet who are coming up with Bournemouth and Fulham. I'm going to go for Huddersfield here, boys, actually. But who might you be looking at? Is it Mitro? He's broken the record. Might he do better this time? He couldn't do much worse than last season when he was in, could he?
I think it all depends how they price him up. If they price him up like they did last time and he was cheap, I think it was 6 million, then I'd probably have a look. You know, a lot of us have stuck with Tony this season or had him for a long spells, and he's not been particularly good, but he's an enabler at that price. And I think Mitro, will probably offer value. The one I'd look at actually is Brennan Johnson for Forest, who, as the season's gone on, his stats have improved more and more in terms of goal involvement. So Brennan Johnson for Forest, if they make it up. If Huddersfield make it up, I wouldn't touch them.
No, agreed.
Wow.
Thunderstorm started where you are as well. It's just started here.
Massive flash of lightning. Just
very, very frightening.
It's just started here. My dog went absolutely nuts. I would obviously, biasly, I would be looking at Dominic Solanke, I think, and potentially Philip Billing, but we will see. Phil, what about you?
If Forest come up, then Brennan Johnson. Although he may not be with Forest, I do think maybe Brennan Johnson will still move, even if he does go up to a bigger, better club. But you might give him a season in the Premier League. Not sure.
He's quite annoying, Brennan Johnson. Just throwing that out there. He's quite cocky.
He is, but he's pretty decent as well. So
this is true. So, boys, that's our questions for the week. So should we go through the fixtures in more detail?
Let's do that.
For game week 38. So I'll tell you what is nice about this when you look at the fixtures, all kicking off at the same time and not a double game week in sight. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest games, arguably, then to start with, Emirates, Arsenal, Everton. What are we thinking, boys?
Wow.
Could go either way, couldn't it? I mean, Everton despite
thank you, Martin Keown.
What I'm saying is I wouldn't hang my hat on either. I think there'll be goals, and I think there'll be goals for both teams. I've been, I guess, pleasantly surprised at the way that Everton have rallied over the past few weeks. I thought they played very well on Sunday for large parts, and the sending off affected them. The first sending off particularly affected them. But yeah, against an Arsenal team who, as we've said, are a bit fragile and are low on confidence. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'd call that one.
Everton win 2-1 according to FBL Rubber Ducky.
Okay.
I think Everton are safe, aren't we? Do any of us think they're going to go? I think it's between Burnley and Leeds, surely.
You've got both Burnley and Leeds have to better their points over the coming week, and that's if Everton don't pick something up tomorrow night. And obviously, people might be listening back to this with Everton safe. A win against Palace is potentially getting safe anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brentford Leeds then. Leeds need to win. We know that. Brentford had an unbelievable season. But Brentford at home, I fancy Brentford, boys. I really do. I think Leeds have got to go for it. They'll probably leave spaces at the back. Ivan Toney, you've already covered this. I think Ivan Toney's a good shout.
Yeah, I think Brentford are going to be all over this. I think Christian Eriksen set pieces, Leeds are so bad at. So yeah, Christian Eriksen for me.
What a signing he's been, by the way, Christian Eriksen. I mean, just amazing to have him playing football again. But he has Brentford's turn in form did coincide with him coming into the team. He's been incredible.
They needed a boost, didn't they? They needed a boost, and he came in at just the right time. Whether he stays or not, I don't know. He's obviously they'd want him to stay, but I think there'll be other clubs who would like him. It's whether I don't think he owes them anything because he's effectively ensured their safety. He's given them that kick they needed. But yeah, I don't know if he'll stay. It'd be nice if he did stay.
Agreed. So we could see Leeds back down to the Championship after just 2 seasons. What a shame that would be.
It shows what a difference Patrick Bamford makes. Lightning.
Just had that here. Crazy times.
Everybody wants to know about what the weather's doing. Come on.
Okay.
But they might want to know what's going to happen. Brighton against West Ham, one of the dead rubbers here. What do we think? I haven't got any West Ham or Brighton assets.
Danny Welbeck, boys. Danny Welbeck. Have some fun. Go Danny Welbeck.
He scored a lovely goal, didn't he, against Leeds? But don't think I'm making any transfers this week, boys. Staying as we are.
Don't think you're making any transfers. It's a bit dull, isn't it? Last game.
Well, it is a bit dull, but we don't know who's going to play, do we? It's going to be a complete lottery. So
why don't you at least bring in a player, change your sub keeper, give Scott Carson a run out, bless him.
Scott Carson. I might go for Ward again after he's not played in 4 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe Bowen here, Antonio.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Antonio's he's knackered. He's exhausted. Bowen's
he's shattered, mate. He's shattered and he's off the boil. But yeah, Bowen, like you say, Bowen would be the pick I'd go for.
Yeah.
Okay. Big one here. Burnley, Newcastle. Burnley, obviously some people might be listening to this after their result against Villa tomorrow night, which we don't know which way that's going to go. But Burnley may well need to win here. And I would actually fancy them to do it against the Newcastle team, who have been very good at home under Eddie Howe, but not quite as good away.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I would go left field and go Aaron Lennon. Hope he starts.
That really is left field. That is left field. You're just saying what you see there. You've seen the words Aaron Lennon in the last hour, and you thought, oh yeah, that makes sense. Come on, Aaron Lennon.
Okay, I mean that might not be the best advice I've given on a podcast this year. Okay, can I retract?
Actually,
can I retract my previous statement and say,
yes.
Right, you watch Aaron Lennon secure safety for Burnley now, and say Dwight McNeil.
Okay. So the Lukaku show then. Mike's already mentioned this. Chelsea, Watford next. Watford back they go to regroup back in the Championship at Chelsea. But I think you guys have said, who on earth is going to play? Could be Havertz, could be Werner, could be Lukaku. We do not know. Safe in third place, nothing to play for. Haven't got a Scooby-Doo.
Here's one for you.
Go on.
Cesar Azpilicueta. I think it could be his last Chelsea game. There's rumours that he could be moving on. He's been at Chelsea a long time, since the 2012-13 season. So I think he could be trying to get a send-off in style, and I imagine he starts.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. That's a good shout.
Yeah, it's nice.
He's 5.6 million, but if you're looking for a Chelsea player, and who knows what squad they'll pick, I reckon he'll get a start.
Yeah, I like that shout, mate. I like that a lot. Over to Selhurst Park then, boys. Palace, Man United, who I think have been absolutely pathetic for most of the season. I can't believe they're actually still 6th. Nothing to play for. I think they're on for their lowest ever points total. Lumping all of this on Palace assets here, aren't we? To add to the misery.
Zaha, honestly, I think he's going to be so fired up for that.
I've got Zaha, but I'm going to leave him on my bench.
Oh, that's controversial. What?
Yeah.
Wow. That's controversial, Mike.
Yeah, there you go. Said it. Doing it.
Okay,
I can see he's tinkering live on air. He's tinkering.
I am tinkering.
Another dead rubber here. Leicester, Southampton. 2 teams sort of going through the motions. Leicester
Vardy's enjoying life, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Leicester actually up to 9th, which again feels weird because it feels like they've been pretty dreadful for quite a lot of the season. Southampton, I mean, they've stayed up quite comfortably in the end on 40 points, but you'd expect a Leicester win here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, they took on Liverpool reserves last night, didn't they, Southampton? They gave a good fight, but I would expect Vardy to sign off in style. He's got 14 points and 13 points his last 2 game weeks. Although he has been playing Everton, Norwich, Watford. And he's still got... is he playing Chelsea this week still? Yeah, I think he has, yeah.
Okay, next game. Surely a big win here for Liverpool, knowing they need to win at home to Wolves. Wolves, again, I can't believe they're 8th, going through the motions at the moment. Couldn't even beat Norwich last time out. It's all on your assets here. I think Salah's going to be out there, isn't it? Which is going to be a big loss for a lot of managers on here.
They're surely going to save him for the Champions League final and not risk a muscle injury against Wolves.
So Jota here,
Diaz for me. I think I think he's so much better than Jota.
Well, Diaz was completely rested. He didn't get off the bench against Saints, so yeah, you would expect him to come in.
Yeah, Diaz would be the player I want in that game by a long, long way.
Okay, well, maybe that's what I'll do. Thank you.
So the other game live on TV at the same time, Man City, Villa. I'll tell you who I fancy here. Jack Grealish to score against his former club.
Oh, you reckon?
Just got a feeling.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Other than that, I think we've said it already. De Bruyne, I think, is one of the must-haves if you've got the money to bring him in, or if you've got him, he would be my captain choice this week, certainly.
Yeah, I can't see Villa scoring. So Ederson, if you need to change your keeper, Mike. But Cancelo's gone off the boil recently because I've had him. He's not been as exciting. Well, he got 1 in a game week, so that's off the boil for Cancelo, isn't it?
It really is.
I think Bernardo Silva could be a good shout.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah,
maybe maybe on Nathan Ake. Maybe he might get a game for. You never know.
He's still in my squad. So
love
that. Here's a little challenge for you guys. Who would you pick out of these 2 players? Rico Henry at home to Leeds.
Yep.
Or Emerson Royale away at Norwich.
Emerson Royale away at Norwich.
Well, just to be different, I'll go Rico Henry.
I think Leeds are going to attack. They have to.
Yeah,
but that'll leave space at the back. I do.
It will, but they could. That means Brentford could concede.
Minor detail.
I've gone Emerson Royale on your back in. I've done it. Coutinho cash out. Diaz and Royale in.
I like it. Yeah, could be worth 80 quid that move, mate.
Could be.
£80.
4-point hit. 4-point hit.
So, boys, to finish off the last fixture of
the
season, the season as a whole, Norwich, poor old Norwich, bottom of all the stats against Spurs. Spurs, I fancy 3 or 4-0. Kane and Son, the usual Kane and Son show. I know I don't have the power this week, my captain, but I would be going Kane for my captain if I could. Hint to whoever's picking my captain. Who is picking my captain, by the way, Phil?
Oh, mate, I have no idea. I will let you know. Davies is such a good enabler. 4.5 million. Sessegnon's been playing 4.3 million. He's played the last 5 games, so maybe Sessegnon even better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
So there we go, boys. Prediction-wise, Spurs to come in the top 4 and Leeds to go down. That is my shouts.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Yeah, with City, if it's not obvious, City taking the title.
City's taking title. Yeah. Boys, so do we want to do punts? I know it's not going to mean anything. There are no game week. There's no game week 39, obviously. But do we want to look at punts anyway, just for fun?
Listen. Yeah, I'm going to go Rico Henry, because at least then, if he does come good, I'll feel not too awkward about the fact he didn't get picked. 2% ownership at the moment.
I'm going to go Dewsbury Hall, boys. I really love his name, if nothing else. 1.7% ownership at home to Southampton.
Do you imagine he was privately schooled Dewsbury Hall?
I really hope so.
Dewsbury Hall, come here now. Yeah, I can
It's
imagine.
a great name. He must be the poshest Premier League player ever. Phil, who is your...
Patrick Bamford.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Beautiful Patrick. Oh, beautiful
Lovely,
Patrick.
Beautiful Patrick.
I would suggest Jack Harrison.
Yeah,
Has he got 2% ownership? That's quite surprising.
1.5% ownership.
Wow.
Jack Harrison.
Well,
They've got a score, so he's always involved.
Well, I can't wait for the finale next week. The review.
Guys, it's going to be good. We'll reveal who the winner is of the prize hamper.
Yeah,
Daniel Mass and Abraham has pretty much got it in the bag. He's absolutely flying now. He's back. He's back to the top, and he's going great guns. He's 19th in the whole world. So I think
my
behind,
jealous.
yeah, well, behind him in the Fantasy Threesome Podcast League, you have Harry Redmond, but he is currently, as things stand, 77 points behind.
Tell you what's just quickly, boys. I know nobody cares, but where I am, one thing I don't like is I am marooned in all of our leagues. Really, can't really gain places above, and I'd have to have an absolute nightmare to lose any places. I've got nothing to play for, boys. I'm just a dead rubber.
No.
Well, yet still don't make a transfer. Don't have any fun.
Okay, I'll just take a minus
down
16 and just bring in players who won't play. There you go.
I might advise Nathan Ake. He's been great fun.
Good chat.
Yeah.
Let's just have fun.
Well, guys, we'll be back next week. And I know some of you will have bored of this by the end of next week. But
you and me
may well be bored now. but we'll have a fun quiz to round off the season. Who knows? It could be our last ever show. We don't know. I don't know if the BBC will give us a third series, but we'll have to see what happens.
I can't wait to find out what's in Mike's pocket next week.
I think I'm not sure that game is ever going to be played again, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there'll be a special. If fans clamour for what's in Mike's pocket, I'll allow a round next week.
All right. I look forward to social media furore around it.
Okay. All right then, guys. Have a good week. Enjoy Game Week 38. To those who have something riding on it, good luck to you.
All the best. Have fun.
Have a lovely Sunday. Take care.
Bye-bye now.